for categories of e-commerce activities, normally we have B2C or business to consumer, B2B, C2C, and G2B or G2C. So when we say business to consumer or B2C, it's when a certain company transacts directly to the consumer. For example, Lazada and you as customers, that's B2C, right? You are the customer and Lazada is the business. Another example is like when you pay your bills online, you are the customer and then the biller is the business. That's why it's B2C. And B2B, basically, as the name suggests, it's business to business. For example, TechWorks offering a service to a business owner. That's an example of a small-scale B2B transaction. At a larger scale, I can cite the Lazada reseller or the Lazada seller and the supplier from anywhere they're sourcing it. So the supplier is the business, and then the seller in Lazada is also a business. So they are doing a B2B transaction. And C2C is like when a consumer is doing a transaction to another consumer. One very popular example is OLX or Sulit dati. OLX is that you are a customer and you post something on the OLX platform and another buyer bought the product. So the transaction is C2C or consumer to consumer. Okay. Another example of that right now sa Facebook is the marketplace. Normally, most of the sellers there are individual consumers as well. They just basically sell personal stuff, and they have buyers who are basically just Facebook users as well. So consumer to consumer. And for G2B or G2C, government to business or government to consumer. That means any transaction that involves the government, either between the government and the business or the government and the consumer. One example of that is when you request an NBA clearance or a copy of your birth certificate and you go to the website NSO, right? You order there, you fill up the form and pay the amount, and NSO will ship the copy of your birth certificate to you. Now, the transaction is basically government to consumer. Now, government to business, it's very self-explanatory, right? Any transaction that involves the government and other businesses, okay? So, here's some of the examples of e-commerce activities. Like you sell or buy products online, either through your own website or social media. You request for a copy of your birth certificate or NBA clearance. You render services online for clients and get paid for it, like some of our freelancers at TechWorks. You pay bills online, it's an e-commerce transaction. You send money or load to other people online. You buy load online. You subscribe to services online. You book transportation like on Grab or MyCab or through different transport companies or airliners. A great example of e-commerce as well. And when you order foods or grocery items.